So today I'm going to ride Piper for the first time. So I'm going to start off by round penning her, and I'm using the plastic bag on the end of the stick. I don't usually, but I'm going to today because my helper on the ground is going to use it to keep her attention and to move her around while I'm on top of her. So I'm just going to get her used to just working with it first off. So I'm just going to send her around me. So I'm boarding her at the moment, and this is a bit smaller round pen. I think this is 40 feet, maybe. Smaller than I would like, so I still have her on the lead rope because I just want a little bit extra control, and there's a little bit of a dip right back there. So we're going to keep her out of that, and then I want to help her come in to me when I back up and draw into me. So I'm just doing that with the rope. So try not to use it too much, just when I need it. It'll help with that draw. So just get her moving so she walked off nicely. Her trot's nice and calm, so that's really good. So I've got the bridle on underneath her halter, so she's just going to wear it. Beautiful canter transition, that was really nice. She's going to wear it today. I'm not going to do the first ride in the bridle. I'm just going to do it in the halter. So I have a rope halter that has rings on each side, so it's basically a side pull. So she's got that, and I'm going to attach my reins to that and have her go in that first. I'm just kind of walk, trot, canter, have her change directions, just kind of see where she is mentally. She looks pretty good today, so I've got the stirrups down. I want them to bounce around in order to feel the saddle, and she's been doing really well with it, so just kind of seeing where she is before I decide I want to get on her. So she's bouncing around and bucking and running and nervous and tense, like, then maybe we see if we can work through it, and then if she's still not in the right place where I want her to be and she's still tense, we'll just wait until tomorrow or the next day, and we'll just keep going with it until she's calm and relaxed. You don't want to put too much on her. She's going to be calm. She's going to be nervous while she's lunging, which is something she knows and something she does all the time. She's definitely going to be nervous when it's something brand new like riding. So I just want to make sure all the pieces are together and she's nice and calm during the groundwork so that can continue on under saddle. So I'm just giving her a moment to chill out here so she's nice and calm and send her off. And she looks a lot better than when she was a little naughty right there, but nothing crazy. Than when she was being lunged in the big arena. She had a lot of energy and she was running around. You can tell the difference being out there versus being in here, which is why I do the first few rides in the round pen, because she's just a lot more confined. Like, she knows she's not going to go anywhere, so it just helps with that relaxation. So like her canter is nice and good, and she can kind of hug that rail and just move around and not worry too much. So she's lunged out in the arena another I think 4 or 5 times, another week or so, and so she's gotten better at that. So I'm still working on that while I'm working on riding her, because I do some groundwork and then I ride. So I don't need to do all of the groundwork and then ride. Like, you need to do a certain point of it, but like the lunging in the arena, the canter needs work, but I'm not gonna ride her at the canter in the big arena. So that can continue on while I ride her and do some groundwork for her before I ride. She's listening really well today. I'm not having to pull on that lead rope. She's nice and attentive, nice and relaxed. Her neck's almost completely level. She's alert on me, but not nervous. She looks really good. She's really holding the bit well. She's not chomping or anything. She's holding it well, so I'm really happy with how she's progressed with that. So again, I'm just showing you everything raw footage. Like, this is exactly how I do it. Like, I give her a minute to just kind of sit and digest and think about things before I go on. I'm not go and then stop and then go and then, because that's just building up tension too, because she's moving all the time. Like, if I give her a rest period, then she can kind of chill and come back to herself before I ask her to do something else. That's what I do all the time, so it's a little boring, but it needs to be seen, because that's what needs to be done on a daily basis. A little frisky right there, so I'm just gonna put a little pressure on her with my bag, but nothing crazy. She wasn't bucking or anything. she anticipated that, so I'm just gonna bring her back. I think she just gets, it's a really tight circle, so she gets her hind end underneath her and she just kind of hops around. So I'm not super worried about that. So then I'm just gonna let her hang out here for a minute. She's going back to a nice walk, so that's nice. And she could stay in there and relax, and then I can send her off. And she doesn't want to trot or canter; she can just go for a nice walk. That's a pretty good trot. Have her go the other way here in a second. She came back to me nicely because she went off into that trot by on her own. But it was a nice transition. It was a calm, relaxed transition. So I'm not gonna freak out on that one. Immediately stop her. I can let her go until she gets worried. Like, that's the part where I want to have her transition, yield her hindquarters, do an inside turn, and come back to me when she starts being nervous. Not so much the transition, as long as it's relaxed. And I'm really working on just my voice cues. I want her to go off of my voice cues, because I'm going to use them when I'm riding. So because I'm not going to use my legs at all. I'm just going to sit up there and I'm going to steer her with my hands to a point. Like, I'm going to get her going with my hands, but I really want her to listen to my voice once we start moving and asking for speed. Forward here. That's a much better canter. Perfect. Come back to me. Really nice. Really nice trot transition. Nice and relaxed trot. So we can move into a nice and relaxed canter. That was beautiful. So it's a big improvement from that last time till the end there, where she tossed her head at me, so I sent her off and made her go some more, and then she's all hoppy, so I'm gonna make her kind of work a little bit. Like, oh, if you're gonna be like that, then you can go run around a bit. That's much better. So she did the canter both ways, and she was a lot calmer, so that was good. So in that point where she's kind of tossing her head and hopping around, I'm not going to be like, okay, just stop and relax, because she's not tense. She's more like, let's jump around and have fun. Like, then I'm like, all right, like, go run around, go get rid of some energy, and then come back to me. Or if she started getting really tense and fast, then I'd be like, okay, come back. And I'll yield her and desensitize her, but let's give her a minute here. Send her off back at a walk into a nice little trot. Beautiful. I just want to make sure she's nice and relaxed at all three gaits before I get on her. And the last time she was going, she wasn't that relaxed. So I want her to end being relaxed before I get on her. I don't want to keep any of that tension. Come up a little bit more. That's why I left the lead rope on her, so she'd have a bit more draw. Just give her a minute, let her relax, and just stand there. And then I'm going to go ahead and hook on. So I'm just going to kind of go toward her hindquarters until that closest leg to me crosses over, and then do the same thing on the other side. So it crosses over and I walk away. Perfect. So I really want to do that at the end of my round pen session. So if I had a bigger round pen, she wouldn't have the lead rope on. But at the end, I want to go towards one side, have her yield away from me, and then I walk away. And then I do the same thing the other way, and then I walk away, and then she's kind of connected to me and hooked on. So if she doesn't do that, I would kind of put pressure on her hind end. If she runs away, I'd make her do a lap and a couple turns, and then I'd ask again. But I really want her to be hooked on before I end the session. And that helps to have your lead rope on too, because you can get them to yield that hindquarters without running off. So it helps to just kind of leave that on maybe the first few sessions and just assist them, tell them what the right answer is, be like, hey, like, I'll help you out here if you don't understand, and then I can lunge them without it. Just kind of depends on the horse. Each one is different. So I'm just going to desensitize her to the lead rope, make sure she's nice and good. I always want to desensitize after I sensitize. So toss it all over, toss it over her head like they're reins, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. But I kind of go through the desensitizing a bit faster now because she's not worried about it. So she just kind of relaxes the whole time. So I just kind of quickly go through her whole body, and I kind of check for any little iffy spots. If she's nervous, I continue to do that until she shows me a sign of relaxing, and then I continue on. But she's got her head down, her back legs relaxed. Keep her attention on me. I just have to kind of squeeze it with my hand, and she comes right back and relaxes, so that's perfect. Just lift her head up a bit there, so I'm going to do it again. And there she's nice and relaxed. Toss it over her back. Some horses are a bit more scared of that because my arm action here is a little scarier. So I like to do that last and then kind of toss the rope over her head. So that was really nice. Lots of improvement from when I was lunging her in the big arena. Really happy with that. So I'm just going to jump next to her, hop on the saddle, put some weight on it, and just kind of prepare her to get up, for me to get up there. And the head, well, she's kind of bringing her head up. I'm not really worried about that. She's just kind of balancing out my weight. But she overall is nice and relaxed. That's really, really pretty. I have a nice short hold on the lead rope. The rest of the length's on the other side. So if she were to go to move, I could bend her head toward me. So it's really good. I'll do the same thing on the opposite side here. Just doing a little extra desensitizing because I'd like her head a bit lower. Nice short rope here. Make sure my girth's tight now. Same thing on this side. We'll bounce up and down, put some weight up, lean my hip into the saddle here so the saddle holds my weight instead of all the stirrup. I just barely put my foot in the stirrup so I can hop right down if I need to. There, she lowered her head, breathed out, relaxed, beautiful. So just kind of sit on her and hop off. Perfect. She handled that really well. I'm really happy with that. Just kind of get on, get off. Kind of see how she. I didn't do it on the other side because it's harder for me to stretch over there, so it's more awkward, and I'd rather just do it on this side, and that's fine.